Yeah, my people, welcome back, man. Welcome back to Nicardo Media House. Morning Insider Show is here again, as I'm here with very interesting topics to inform the Reggae Boyz nation, yeah, and my loyal supporters them as well. And guess what? The newcomers them, yeah, man, forward in, but make sure you subscribe and make sure you like. That's how you become a loyal fan as well. You understand? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, everyone. You know the regular people, know the regular drill. You understand? That's the Shreps over here. So Nicardo Media House, the Morning Insider Show, wonderful show in the morning to inform the people about some very interesting news. You know, wake up in the morning, traveling to work. You know, want to watch something, want to hear something about the Reggae Boyz. Nicardo Media House Channel. This is why the Morning Insider Show is very vital in this space. You understand? So bless up to the people. Salute. You know, I have some news surrounding the upcoming 23-man squad and also Kevon Dixon. You know, Kevon Dixon is supposed to play today, and guess what? When I normally upload this video 8 a.m. in the morning, Kevon Dixon, Charlton Athletic U21 will be playing in that under 23 team. In the under 23 league, the professional development league in England, you know, call it what, the Premier League Cup or Premier League 2, whatever, you know. So the Addicts, their under 21 team is in first position in that table, and they will play home at the Valley versus Brentford, the team that's sitting rock bottom in that table, and you know, in the south section of that league. So them have a north and them have a south. You know, they divide it off, and you know, the north is, you know, where Manchester United and all these teams, you know, up there north, and then you have, you know, the south where the teams belong in the south. But I mean, look, he expect to play tomorrow just as he did, you know, last, I think a couple weeks ago versus versus Watford when he played away. Yeah, he played at Vicarage Road. You know, he scored, he also assist. You know, hopefully Kevon Dixon can do the same thing at home. His first game at home. Yeah, this will be his first game, and just hopefully he will be in it, because what I read, the preview and the build up for Charlton Athletic under 21 team, yeah, he expect to be in the squad. And also the game will not feature on Charlton Athletic TV, because Charlton Athletic first team will play away to Bristol City as well, you know, on Tuesday, which is today. You know, but that game will play in the evening Eastern time, around, I think around 2:30, 3 o'clock. You understand? So Kevon Dixon game will play way before that. You understand? His game will play way before that, 8 a.m. Eastern time. That will be 7 a.m. Jamaican time. But yeah, you know, Charlton Athletic team, you know, this team is what, 8 games, you know, unbeaten in all competition. You know, Brentford is rock bottom and 3 points, you know, struggling. So I'm hoping playing against another struggling team. You know, played a very good team, you know, a couple weeks ago. Watford scored. Brentford is struggling. Hopefully he can get the ball in the back of the net and assist and continue to make progress and continue to shine in these games. Yeah, Vinicius Jr. have done it with the Real Madrid Castilla team, where he came from, Flamengo, playing first team football, coming to Real Madrid and have to play huge football, and the success that he had playing for Real Madrid Castilla, it was no stopping for him. They have to put him into the team. You know, the moment Ronaldo went down and getting that calf injury, Vinicius was that man. And guess what? When he got that opportunity, he never looked back. He never looked back to the Castillo. You know, so hopefully Kevon Dixon can make that impression on Nathan Jones and actually highlight the Addicts. Yeah, highlight the Addicts fans and stamp him name at the Valley, you know, later when he play this game. I'm saying later because I'm doing this video like a couple hours before 8 a.m. You understand? So hopefully he can stamp his class at the Valley coming up against Brentford at 8 a.m. You know, so let's move on and talk about the Reggae Boyz now. You know, so the articles that I have found, you know, it is news, good news for you guys. You know, I have found that a few players maybe are more than 90% sure that these players will selected in Steve McCLAREN's second official squad that he expected to name on Friday. You know, so 7 days ago, the Barnsley Chronicle, yeah, they put out something on their website that look, the game against Barnsley and Reading, two teams that have Reggae Boyz International, you know, Jonathan Russell for Barnsley, you know, it's not really featuring, but it's something that I think he might get picked. And Kanye Boys Clark, you know, the third choice goalkeeper for Reading. So the Barnsley Chronicle newspaper have put out that look, the game against Barnsley and Reading, that's supposed to schedule on October the 12th. That is just 2 days before we played our second game in the international duty. 2 days before the home game against Honduras. It expected to postpone because of too much international players will feature for both clubs, so now I found the article on the Barnsley website that look, the game against Reading have postponed to later date. The game that's scheduled for October the 12th has postponed. And guess what? Kanya Boys Clark is one of the goalkeepers for Reading. Jonathan Russell is one of the international players that play for Barnsley that usually get called up whenever it's international time. And the reason for this, I don't know about the championship. The championship don't play on international day, but League 1, League 2, National League, National North and South, these lower tier teams, they continue right through to the international break. But I know for sure in League 1 and League 2 there is a system. If you have 3 or more players that got called up in your squad for international duty, by law you can request a postpone of that game with the AFL, and they have to do it because you have 3 or more players that got called up, so that's what happened with the Reading and Barnsley game. So I'm looking at it now, that game have postponed. I post up everything, all the pictures of the postpone, the writing on the screen, so I hope you guys can see the proof of what I'm talking about. So look, knowing that this game have postponed, and it's not the first, going back again on September the 7th, that's a couple of days after we play Cuba. That's a few days before the boys played in Honduras. The game against Stockport County and Reading, that game was also postponed because Reading have 3 players that got called up for international duty. Kanya Boys Clark, for the Reggae Boyz, and you have another player that goes by Tyler Bidan, play for New Zealand. You have young Charlie Savage, who expect to get called up at the time for the Welsh national team, and Reading, look, the request are postponed and they got it. So that game against Stockport County scheduled for a later date. So it's the same thing with the Barnes game. So I'm looking at it now. Kanya Boys Clark more likely got picked in Steve McCLAREN squad, because that look, JFF have to send out these requests to these clubs, I think a week or 2 before the squad announced that everything can go aligned to FIFA rule. So Barnsley have to get that request sheet, with the JFF, everything signed off, the players leaving for international duty. So seeing this, it's good news that Kanya Boys Clark will be in Steve McCLAREN 23-man squad as report, and Jonathan Russell will be in Steve McCLAREN squad as report. That we are very weak in that department as well, the central midfield department. We are very weak, but Jonathan Russell is not really getting much game. I think this should be his last season. January, I think he should move on January if he really want to be around the Reggae Boy team, because look, months come and a year come, it's going to get more difficult to get in this Reggae Boy team, because the players that's coming in, players that going to be on farm. And the same thing for Kanya Boys Clark. His contract is wiring down at Reading. He needs to move on. Andre Blake is getting to that stage where he only seems like he have a couple more years left back in his tank to play for the Reggae Boyz. So I'm just saying, but let's talk about the 23-man squad also. Let's talk about the 23-man squad. But hold on, but let me give you guys the players that got called up for Barnsley in the September window. You have Jonathan Russell, you have Silona, the goalkeeper that I think is a Chelsea loanee playing for Barnsley, and I also have another young player goes by his name by Vimal. He have dual citizenship, playing for Wales and also getting called up for the Portuguese under-19 team as well. So those names were the 3 players that got called up previously for Barnsley, and it's expected for those players to get called up again, and it's expected for those 3 players that I called out for Reading, Tyler, Kanya Boys Clark and Charlie Savage expect to get called up again for their national team. So that's why that game have postponed. But talking about the 23-man squad, this is my little opinion on the squad. I'm expecting these players to get dropped out of this team, yeah. So the players that expected to be out of the squad: Michael Hector still without a club, yeah. Amari Bell, hamstring injury. Adrian Reed, still playing locally for Cavalier, but I think I expect these players to get replaced in the team, especially when you're looking like a Ronaldo Cephas, a Leon Bailey is expected to be in the team, and we need a replacement at one of the left back or right back. We saw in the previous squad only one right back got named in the second game against Honduras. Greg Lay playing at right back, Amari Bell playing at left back. Amari Bell got injured. Who will be the replacement for Amari Bell? We need a like for like, so we need that like for like replacement. More likely, my choice is probably going to be John Bell. The players that is playing at Seattle at the moment in the MLS. He is probably the more direct source and the more direct player that we can replace. Amari Bell with Wes Harding only had like 1 minute for Millwall this season, and it's only come in a game in the EFL Cup, so he's been on the bench sitting, cannot get a sniff in for Millwall, and he's not a natural left back. He is an out and out centre half, someone that can fill the void at right back. We've seen him play in the right back position in the Copa America, you understand? So looking at it, I'm expecting, my opinion again, Michael Hector, someone have to come in for injured, Amari Bell, and also young Adrian, because we need space in the team for Ronaldo Cephas, and the return expected for Leon Chippy Bailey. And then guess what? Chippy Bailey and Ronaldo Cephas come back in the team. One central midfielder is out. I'm expecting Bobby Reid kind of get shift in that central midfield department, to give way and make room for Demarai Gray, Norman Campbell, Leon Bailey and Ronaldo Cephas as the four wingers in the team. I'm expecting Michael Hector to get pushed out of the team too, because we have 5, or you could say 5.5, 6 centre half. We have Nanalo, Pinnock, we have Joel Atibodi, who is in both position. We have Bernard, we have King, and we have Michael Hector. That's 6 centre half. We don't need 6 centre half in our team. We saw that is very bad when it comes on to getting someone off the bench. Steve McCLAREN barely could get a player, could create that impact, to come off the bench and give that team a spark in that Cuba game. So I'm saying Ronaldo Cephas now is playing back for NICARAGUA, scoring goals. Leon Bailey is back fit, ready, going to play in Champions League midweek, and again United, Bayern Munich and United coming up his next 2 games before international duty. Fingers crossed, hopefully he will be healthy and strong, and he will accept back another call up for Steve McCLAREN. So I'm just saying, that's my little rundown of the 23-man squad players that I expect to get out. So we'd have around 4 central midfielder. Casey, Jonathan Russell, Adrian Reed and Kira Anderson. You understand? So I'm expecting Adrian Reed, no offense with young Adrian Reed, respect you, but with crucial players trying to get back into the team, I think that's where we have to give way and then implement Bobby Reid as a central midfielder into this upcoming 23-man squad. So what's your thoughts, people? Drop it in the comment section. You don't know, this is Nicardo Media House with the Morning Insider Show. Salute to the people then. See you guys on Wednesday talking about Leon Chippy Bailey versus, you don't know, the man himself, Alfonso, coming up in that big mouth-watering Champions League clash at Villa Park on Wednesday. You understand? And more news on the Reggae Boyz moving forward. But that's my little rundown. That's my news with the 23-man squad and players that expected those 2 players, Jonathan Russell and Kanye Boaz-Clark, expected as report to be in Steve McCLAREN second official team for the upcoming games away to Nicaragua and at home to the La H in the National Stadium, Honduras. You understand? Bless up on yourself. I'm out. Adios, amigo.